Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the party. Today is normally new to the party, but we've had a few people drop off. But as it's after Gen Con and Zed had this great idea about talking about his show, we thought we'd do a little something anyways, and say hi to folks, and talk a little bit about new to the party because we're looking for a new player, and then talk a little bit about welcome to the party itself, and kind of what we're all about. So hi, I'm Throck, at Throck Plays on the tweeters, and I'm one of the two founders of Welcome to the Party. I'm not a part of New to the Party, but I'm really happy to be here and be streaming with all of these gorgeous, lovely human beings today. Let's just go around and say hi to everyone real quick, and we'll start right below me with Queeby.
That's me. I'm Qubit/Queeby because I don't understand brand recognition, and I change my username on every website I'm on. I play Brenly in New to the Party, and it's nice to see all of you.
Excellent. And then Shakespeare.
Hello, I am Shakespeare, which is my brand across Twitter and Shut up! Which is my brand across Twitter and Instagram. It's SHAKS queer because for some reason I don't have an E. I play Metzi on New to the Party, and I'm in a weird position because my body's broken.
No, your poor body. And then, last but certainly not least, my friend for at least 18 years. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, and he's been awful for all of it. ZX.
Hello. Yeah, I just pulled up my calculator. I kind of want to do that math now.
It's probably longer than QB's been alive.
Hang on. No. Hey. Wow, you're worse than my students.
That is a dire compliment. I'll take it.
It's actually, Throck, this will be our 20th friendiversary this year.
20th friendiversary?
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, that makes me feel old and kind of sad that I've known you that long. But we're here for two things today, and the first one is to talk about New to the Party because they want to ask the community something. And so we're recording this, and we're probably going to loop it a couple times after we finish a live stream as well, just so folks can see it. But I'm going to throw it over to Zed. Ooh, wrong way, that way, Zed, who's kind of over here. Yeah, there we go. To start that whole shindig off.
Wait,
I'm going to shut up.
Or like this to catch.
No, wait. There it is. Okay, got it.
Okay. And now I'm looking at the stream and I'm like trying to figure, was I right the first time? I was right the first time, like this. So let me see. I kind of want to say there was an idea. No. So thanks, right? So this is new to the party, and as the name implies, and as we have, I think, made pretty clear, sort of the point of the game is to get people involved in Dungeons and Dragons who either have not gotten a chance to play it really, or as is the case of Findalar Elbane, our awesome elf played by Wiley Hobbit, someone who used to play way back in the day and then wasn't able to for something like 20 years, so is effectively new, certainly to 5th ed, and is also just getting back into it and really excited. So what I'm looking for, so here's the thing, we have 4 players in our game right now. Moogs, Wiley Hobbit, Qubit, Shakespeare. I'm running 2 NPCs, but I think it is time to grow, to change that. So I would like to add, and we would like to add, because this is a group effort, 1 more player to our game. So we have 1 spot available, and the requirements are as follows. Say again?
I said a fight to the death.
Ooh, okay. So that's a lot more hardcore than we discussed before. I'm not closed off to the idea. Like, I mean, so fight to the death, team, cake or death, right? Little red cake. So, because we'll have an Eddie Izzard off with the Brit, which is perfect.
True
So, we would like to add one more person. So the requirements are either A, you have not gotten to play more than like I'd say one or two maybe like intro sessions, or if you've gotten to play like some con games, but not like a continuing game before. Or if, similar to Wiley, you played way back in the day. It doesn't have to have been a 20-year break. 15 is perfectly fine. Like maybe you played AD&D, or maybe you you spied off in the distance third ed coming down the pike and went, I don't know, this new technology, it scares me. And now that fifth ed is in and Pathfinder 2 is coming around, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm interested now. If that's your situation, either of those is really good. I mean, there are so many great games out there, and even so many great games hosted on Welcome to the Party as a channel. But I really feel like we've got a strong opportunity with our game in particular to help people who are maybe a little scared, or maybe just like they have had rotten luck trying to get a game together. It's not always so easy, in your local town to get into an ongoing session. Sometimes it's hard to find a group. Sometimes it's you find a group, but it's like 10 like 10-year plus veterans who have all known each other that whole time and have played campaign after campaign, and you're the new person. You're like, I don't get any of your jokes or what you're talking about, and you get mad at me when I don't cast the right spell at the right time. So thanks. So if that's the kind of situation that you maybe find yourself in, our goal is to try to be as welcoming as possible and to help people get into it. So unfortunately, we only have one slot available, so the stipulations are as follows. Send me, Zed, a PM, a private message on the Welcome to the Party Discord channel, and just tell me a little bit about yourself, what your experience level is, what your past interactions with the game have been. I'm not going to do like some kind of purity test, please. I mean, let me put it this way. If you'd like to be a part of the game, but don't meet the new to the party, like standard of like, you're not new enough, for example, there are so many other games that I could happily direct you towards. Don't feel a need to like deceive. Okay. If you're new, or if you're, after a long break returning, that's really most of it. Send me a private message with, no more than like 3 of your top, like, man, if only I could play this character. Oh, that'd be so sweet. That'd be great. And then we'll talk, and we'll bat the idea around amongst our group, and we'll kind of see who works out best. The only other thing is we do prefer to have players who will be there most of the time. Obviously, we understand that life happens, but if you know that like you work, late on a lot of Mondays, or maybe you've got like a weird schedule and it changes a lot, we love you and we'd love to have you, but unfortunately, because of the nature of this being a scheduled streaming thing, we really do need you to have like Mondays from 6 to 9 Eastern kind of blocked off as best you can. If something comes up once in a while, like tonight, we have one player who's sick and another player who's at a parent-teacher conference. Life happens, and that's 100% acceptable. But we would prefer it if you do have this time available most of the time. I think that about wraps it up for the qualifications. Shakes, am I missing anything?
No.
I don't think so. I think, we just are looking for someone who meets those requirements and then is very accepting that everyone else in the party is also at that level.
Yeah.
We're all making mistakes and learning together, and I think it's been a really cool environment for that.
Yeah, one of the things that I really value most highly within our group, one of the things I think we do really well, is that we've got such a cool combination of personalities, but that everyone is willing to try stuff. Basically, we don't have anyone who's like super closed off. I think probably Shakes is the grumpiest of us, and most of that's an act.
My character grumpiest.
Betsy is grumpy. Shakespeare is not. Mostly.
Yeah. I think you can be grumpy and squeak. You can't be grumpy and squeak. It's just mutually exclusive.
So let me ask you guys, what makes new to the party unique? Why is that? Okay. Well, then get there.
I'm sorry.
I have this list of questions I'm supposed to ask.
No. And actually, I'm loving the like with the headset and the microphone, like just slightly in view. It really, I feel like I'm on a radio show all of a sudden.
You are on a radio show, my friend. Welcome to that's not right, WTTP, your sound of role-playing goodness, playing all the hottest hits from the 80s, 90s, and today. Yeah, you're welcome.
So, first off, I actually just wanted real fast, before we get into the... So, Cubit, I'll start with you, and then Shakes, I'll give you a sec for the pain to subside.
I'm on a lot of painkillers. I'm okay.
So two things. One, if you could let people know like what your experience level was before you started, and then also, you know, what you think you've gotten out of playing with our game.
Okay, so previous to this, I had played in... so I kind of dabbled in our high school board game club, and I had played in like one other game, but I had never really been in, definitely never in a situation with people that I didn't know. I've never done it at a convention or anything. I've seen that, and I thought it was really cool, but I never was brave enough to join or anything because I didn't want to be the inexperienced person who didn't know how all these things worked, and I had to ask all of these like really basic questions, and I didn't always understand how the mechanics would work, or I didn't know how to do some of the basic problem solving that people who play a lot are really used to doing and dealing with. Like some people, it's like second nature. Oh, I walk into this room, I'm going to do like a perception check on this thing, and I definitely was not at that level. I walked in and I'm like, cool, I'm in a room. The end.
Could you please tell me what my options are? Is there a menu, perhaps?
Like a list? Do I have like a drop-down menu? What do I do?
Yeah.
So I think it's really
The sun is outside.
Yes, exactly. Outside. Cool. So that was definitely my experience level, which was pretty low, and that was definitely very intimidating for me coming into it, especially on like a streaming kind of platform, because then everyone gets to see me make all of these mistakes and make these silly decisions and kind of bumble my way through. But
being adorable.
I think getting to do that with a group where we're all kind of bumbling through has made all of us like really like accepting of it. Like none of us get upset when someone else makes a mistake, because probably the next mistake I'm going to be the one to make it, you know? And if you didn't know the right way to do it, I probably didn't either, or the right way, you know, more optimal maybe. And so it's really interesting to see everyone not only be learning together, but encouraging each other, and like we're all learning and growing in kind of different ways as we play. And I think we're all complementing each other really well at the levels that we started, and we're all growing together, and that's really awesome. And I don't think I would have gotten that from any other like run-of-the-mill game that I would join, you know?
That's super cool. I don't really like, that's awesome. Yeah, that elite gamer like So I will say there have been times in my life where I was that like elitist gamer, like, ugh, you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? Like kind of thing. And I see Throck over there like shaking his head like in agreement, like. And now
because I was the same. I was the same. Like there was a time I was awful. Like in my early 20s, like I was awful. Yeah, I was.
Everyone in their early 20s is awful. It's fine.
And true. Like.
except for you.
Although, Cubit, are you strictly speaking early 20s at this point?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I just heard 20s and I was like, hey. No, I'm definitely not even close to early 20s.
but yeah, I mean, I spent a very long time like, like gaming was my identity, right? So how good I was at any given game was like how I viewed my goodness as a person or something. And that's a kind of a personality type that you'll find, unfortunately, in a lot of places in our overall fandom. And I understand it. I understand where it comes from. And it totally makes sense. And I think it's fine that people go through phases. But so part of our goal then is to try to carve out a space where that's not the default setting. So, Shakes, how about you?
Well, I would class myself as pretty much a complete noob. I played a couple of games, and literally a couple of games, back about 10 years ago when I started uni. And I walked into a room
I'm sorry. I apologize. When you started what?
Uni. University. That's what we call it over here, darling.
Sorry. I love it.
When I started uni, about 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. When I started college. Anyway, and I walked into a room and was stared at for a good 5 minutes before being asked if I was lost. And then when I actually started playing, I got called babe a lot. So 2 games was pretty much my limit. It was like, no, I'm just gonna go back and hang out with the rugby guys. So that was pretty much it. And then earlier this year, I started watching streaming online, and people were actually acting, and it looked fun. It didn't look like, really, it looked like more than a complicated game of Risk, which is what I think they were playing when I was in uni. It's terrifying. And so I thought, this could be good. I'm an actor. I'm terrified of improv. This could be really good. And then I happened to see the welcome to the party thing pop up on my Twitter, and I was like, this could be good. I wouldn't have to go anywhere. And, if I screw up, I just knock my phone off the table and we're fine. And it has been really great. I mean, it has improved my improv skills so much, you don't even know. And given me, I've done a lot of forum RPG. And there is because it's text and everything, you get a lot of time to refine things and figure out actions and what you're actually doing and how it's going to play into the story of your character. There's a lot of editing. Editing is a good thing. So it's been really interesting for me to actually just real time have to think, what can my character do? Oh, wait, that's what my character would do. Do that quickly. And not being able to take stuff back because I've realized that I did it automatically. So it's been really interesting and really helpful. And it's also just nice to talk to people who use my name. And don't just go hey, babe, are you going to roll? It's no. Babe is a pig, I'm a person. Thank you.
Sorry, because
love it. 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 Love it.
So there are several parts of that I want, because so so that's the other half of it, right? That's the sexism portion, or the general the weird I don't know, resistance to other that comes up from,
which is actually a great segue to the second half of this thing, right? So let's wrap up the new to the party pitch, which is y'all are looking for an awesome new player, should probably have a camera, should be available on Tuesdays around 5:30, 5:45 p.m. Eastern to hop on to start playing at 6 p.m. Mondays, with an amazing DM, these amazing players, and here on the Welcome to the Party network, I guess we're a network, we're one channel, on the network, Welcome to the Party channel.
It's a network.
It's a network of humans, and y'all should join the Discord, which is down in the thing below, and message Zed to get that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.